Hello everyone, our today's topic for discussion is DNA replication. Replication is a process in which DNA copies itself to produce identical daughter molecule of DNA. So what is the purpose of DNA replication? The cells need to make a copy of DNA before dividing. So each daughter cell has a complete copy of the genetic information. There are three proposed models of replication. The first is the semi-conservative model, the second is the conservative model, and the third is the dispersive model. Here we are going to discuss about the semi-conservative model of DNA replication. So the replication is semi-conservative in nature since half of the original DNA is conserved in the daughter DNA. The base pairing allows each strand to serve as a template for a new strand. New strand is half parent template and half new DNA. So if we look into this picture, the blue color strand shows the old strand and the orange color shows the new strand. This is the parent DNA which is separated for the process of replication, and on both of this old strand the new strand is formed. And this picture will show the semi-conservative nature of the replication, in which this dark blue color shows the old strand and this light blue color shows the new strand. Now coming to the initiation of the replication. The initiation of the replication occurs at a site which is known as the origin of the replication. In prokaryotes there is a single origin of replication, but in the eukaryotes there are multiple sites for the origin of replication. The sites mostly consist of a short sequence of the AT base pair. A stands for adenine and T for thymine. So the sites mostly consist of a short sequence of the AT base pair and the specific protein which is called as the DNA A binding, which binds with the site of the origin for the replication to cause opening of the double stranded DNA. Now what is a replication bubble? The two strands of the DNA separate to form the bubble at the site of the replication. The separation of the two strands of the parent DNA results in the formation of the replication fork. The active synthesis of the DNA occurs in this region of the replication fork, and we will see the big picture of the replication fork and we will discuss it in the last slide. So the first step in the replication is the unbinding of the DNA, and this is done by the helicase enzyme. This enzyme acts as a zip opener. They bind at the replication fork and break the hydrogen bond between the nitrogenous bases and separate them. So this is the helicase enzyme which binds on the DNA and act as a zip opener. It break the hydrogen bond between the nitrogenous bases and separate them. Now the SSB proteins come into the picture. These are the protein which helps to keep the two strands separated after the activity of helicases, as well as also protect the single strands of the DNA from degradation by the enzyme nucleases. They also known as the helix destabilizing proteins. So these are the single stranded binding proteins which binds after the working of the helicases. This is the replication fork, and this is the gyrase enzyme. This is the enzyme that prevents the tangling upstream from the replication fork. Now the second is the RNA primer. RNA primer is a small fragment of RNA which consists of the 5 to 50 nucleotides and is required to start the replication. The enzyme primase, which is also known as RNA polymerase, helps to attach RNA primer to the DNA. The RNA primase adds a small section of the RNA, which is also known as RNA primer, to the 3' end of the template DNA. And why must this be done? Because DNA polymerase 3, which is the enzyme that builds the new DNA strand, can only add nucleotides to existing strand of DNA. So if we see the picture, this is the parent DNA and there is the requirement of the primase, which is also known as the RNA polymerase, which is a small fragment of RNA for replication to start. Now there is the working of the enzyme DNA polymerase. The synthesis of the new DNA strand catalyzed by the DNA polymerase, which occurs in the 5' to 3' direction. The synthesis of the two new strands of the DNA takes place in the opposite direction, one in the 5' to 3' direction and the other in the 3' to 5' direction. The new nucleotides are only added at the 3' end of the ribose sugar. There are various types of the polymerase in the eukaryotes, like DNA polymerase alpha, which is used for the synthesis of RNA primer on the both the strand. The DNA polymerase beta, which is required for the repairing of the DNA. The DNA polymerase gamma, which is required for the replication of the mitochondrial DNA. The DNA polymerase delta, which is required for the replication of the leading strand and the proofreading. So there are various types of the DNA polymerase present in the eukaryotes, but the DNA polymerase third will help in the synthesis of the new strand of the DNA. So this is the DNA polymerase third, and this is the old strand of the DNA, and this DNA polymerase third will add new complementary bases to the bases present in the old strand. So these are the complementary bases which can be added. Now the DNA synthesis is semi-discontinuous and bidirectional, means the replication occurs in the 5' to 3' direction on both the strands of the DNA. One strand is the leading strand and the other is the lagging strand. So this is the helicase enzyme which act as a zip opener. These are the SSB proteins. This is the growing replication fork. This is the 3' to 5' strand of the DNA, and this is the 5' to 3' end of the strand of the DNA. This is the DNA polymerase third, which help in the synthesis of the new DNA strand, will bind to the this strand, and this is the 5' to 3' direction, which is the correct direction for the replication to occur. So this will form the continuous strand, which is also known as the leading strand, but the other strand is of 3' to 5' direction. So it is not the correct strand for the processing of the replication. So there is the formation of the discontinuous strand, and these discontinuous strand is known as the lagging strand, and this is the working of the DNA polymerase third, and this can only builds up to the 3' end of an existing DNA strand. Now these are the Okazaki fragments. These are the small fragments of the discontinuously synthesized DNA, which is also known as Okazaki fragments, and these are produced on the lagging strand of the parent DNA, and these pieces are later on joined to form a continuous strand of DNA, and these Okazaki fragments were named after the scientist Okazaki. This is the ligase enzyme, and this enzyme act as a nicking and sealing enzyme, which will later on add all of these Okazaki fragments to form the continuous strand. So this is the leading strand, which is a continuous strand, and the leading strand is continuously synthesized. This is the lagging strand, and the lagging strand have Okazaki fragments, and these are joined by the ligase enzyme. Now there is the replacement of the RNA primer by the DNA. The DNA polymerase first is the enzyme which removes the RNA primer and takes its position to stop the replication process. So after the working of the ligase, there is a working of the DNA polymerase first, and this will removes the RNA primer. So the DNA polymerase first removes the sections of the RNA primer and replaces with the DNA nucleotides, and the strands are glued together by the DNA ligase, as we have already discussed that ligase is the enzyme which act as a nicking and sealing enzyme. Now this is the replication fork. Now coming to the summary, This is the direction of the replication. This is the helicase enzyme which act as a zip opener. These are the SSB proteins which helps to keep the two strands separated. This is the primase which help to attach RNA primer to the DNA. This is the DNA polymerase third, which also act as a proofreading, which has a proofreading activity. It checks the incoming nucleotides and allows only the correctly matched bases to be added to the growing DNA strand. Further, it edits its mistakes and removes the wrongly placed nucleotide bases. These are the Okazaki fragments on the lagging strand, which are further joined to form the continuous strand. This is the ligase enzyme which act as a nicking and sealing enzyme, and there is also DNA topoisomerase enzyme which cuts the single stranded DNA to overcome the problem of supercoiling. And we have also talked about the gyrase which cuts both the strands and reseals them to overcome the problem of supercoils. This is the DNA polymerase first, and the DNA polymerase first will helps to fill the gap between the Okazaki segments, and this also helps to remove the RNA primer. So this is all about the replication of DNA. If you like this video, please do subscribe my channel and do share with your friends. Thank you for your time.